It's midnight. Your thumb is moving before your mind agrees to it, dragging a river of catastrophe past your eyes. Wars, verdicts, strangers' rage. Your heart rate climbs for events happening 1,000 miles away that you cannot touch. 2,000 years ago, a former slave named Epictetus would have looked at this glowing rectangle and asked one deceptively simple question. Which of these things is actually up to you? Epictetus opens his handbook, the Enchiridion, by dividing the whole world into two categories: things within our power and things outside it. Within our power, he says, are our opinions, our impulses, our desires, our aversions, the movements of our own mind. Outside it lie our body, our property, our reputation, our status. Everything the feed shows you tonight belongs almost entirely to that second pile. Modern readers call this the dichotomy of control, and scholars still argue over how strict Epictetus meant it to be. The most careful reading is unsettling. Perhaps only one thing is ever fully ours: prohairesis, our faculty of choice and judgment. Not outcomes, not even our own bodies with certainty. Just the verdict we hand down on what we see. Now look at what the feed is. It runs on an attention economy built to capture and monetize the very thing Epictetus said was yours. The ranking systems learn that outrage and division hold you longest, and studies found engagement-based algorithms amplify divisive content, even when it leaves users less satisfied. The result is a slow collapse of cognitive autonomy, the machine deciding what your mind dwells on. Here's the mechanism in Stoic terms. An impression arrives, a headline, an image, and it prompts your assent, your inner yes, which then drives impulse and action. Doomscrolling floods you with impression after impression about the uncontrollable and stamps each one urgent. The behavior is now measurable enough to have its own validated scale, and it's tied to anxiety, distress, and reduced well-being. And this is where Epictetus hands you the counter-move. We are disturbed, he insists, not by things themselves, but by our judgments about them. So he trained his students in the discipline of assent, examining an impression before agreeing to it, the pause before the yes. Between the headline and your dread, there is a gap, and in that gap lives the one thing that was always up to you. In the Discourses, Epictetus watches an anxious man and asks him plainly what he wants. Anxiety, he concludes, always arises when we desire something not in our control. The knot in your chest at midnight isn't caused by the news. It's caused by wanting to control what the news reports. And so his definition of freedom is startling. Freedom comes not from getting the externals you crave, but from removing the desire for them. Later, Stoic writers extended this into concrete practice, rehearsing misfortune in advance through premeditatio malorum, guarding attention the way you'd guard a gate, setting limits on how much you consume. Some modern Stoics even report deliberately stepping back from the news entirely. But Epictetus's Stoicism was a demanding one, and it never confused this with hiding. Because the Stoics also held that we are citizens with duties to our community, which complicates any clean instinct to just log off. There's genuine debate among them about where to draw the line between staying informed and dwelling only on what's yours to govern. Withdrawal was never the whole of Stoicism. The goal was never to see less, but to judge more clearly. So the next time the feed pulls you under at midnight, you can name exactly what it's doing, flooding you with impressions about things outside your power and dressing them all as emergencies. Epictetus's answer wasn't to smash the screen. It was to reclaim the pause before assent, to sort calmly what is yours from what is not. Your judgment was always in the first pile. The feed just hoped you'd forget it was there. Epictetus, a man who was once someone's property, built a whole philosophy on the one freedom no one could take from him: his judgment. If you want to understand the mind that produced this, watch our portrait of Epictetus next, where his life and his tough, uncompromising Stoicism come into full focus. Subscribe and keep sitting with the ancients on what they'd make of the world we've built.